Hey guys, DFW's Cars here. I'm here with my friend Rob today in his CTS V. But it's not any CTS V. I'll kind of go through it and just review it as a regular CTS V, you know, the handling, the interior, and then we'll get to the fun part later. Alcantara steering wheel, I love that. Are these rims stock? No. These are, so they were, okay, so they look the same.
But I powder coated.
Nice. And I'll show you, these guys light up. So I think this is going to be my next review. The next super sedan I drive. Functional carbon fiber vents up there. Help keep it cool. This car has a carbon fiber package just inside and outside, including this spoiler here. You can tell this actually would give downforce, as you'll see in the drive review, when you hit about, 150 in Mexico. You know, stylistically, interesting choice of, like, it's sharp lines, but that's kind of where everyone's going right now. The more aggressive, sharp look. And with that being in the V-spec, I think it looks good. Now, is this functional? Yes, it is.
There are 11 intercoolers in this car. I took this all off and showed you that the workmanship.
Yeah.
It's a custom built intake.
You can't even tell.
I can't even tell. I mean, they built this themselves.
You can tell it's massive, but
it's huge.
This is the belly of the beast. You may recognize this engine from the Z06 Corvette. So we are going to start out in sport mode. We may go on track mode a little later, but we're not on a track, so I don't know if I want that much lack of... when you do your runs, do you usually leave it in track? Like when you on the highway?
There are some secret settings that I can show you.
Ah. So it does one thing that Mercedes does, and I hadn't experienced on another car. The seatbelt tugs you in and gives you like a little hug from Cadillac. I just love that. Really to make sure you're in the right position for your seat. Most cars don't do that until you're about to be in an accident, and then they'll pull you in. It does have the Recaro 16-way seats, which I'll show you everything that's adjustable. This is so cool. This is a lot of technology in this car. Okay, hold on. All right.
Just punch your foot down.
In a customized mode. This has like blind spot monitoring and stuff. Yeah. I just, every car I drive now, I assume it has blind spot monitoring, which on a couple of press cars has really gotten me when 2017 cars don't come with that. Redesigned this car fairly recently, right?
Yeah, it was the first year of the redesign.
We did not spill the coffee. Now this car isn't like the GTR I recently reviewed with, I mean, it may have a G meter probably somewhere in here, but I could feel the G's. And my coffee, luckily I put it this way because I knew it would do this and I didn't want it spilling all over this beautiful interior, which I will show you now.
Turn this off.
Okay. Absolutely beautiful interior here. Beautiful interior up there. This is up there with the Germans, for sure. Look at all this Alcantara. Pretty much everywhere you look, there's either carbon fiber or Alcantara or leather. I mean, there's a few bits of plastic, but they're nice. Sunshades back here. This is a proper luxury car in back. Plenty of room back here as well. Got extra climate control back here.
Much.
Good. Carbon. Actually, is this leather with perforated leather? All carbon. This car has a ton of carbon. It actually has a carbon package. That is so cool. The entertainment system on this car is great. Also, if you want some extra storage, flip up. How many cars do that? So you can, like a hidden storage area if you don't know Cadillacs. Put your expensive stuff there. Now I just ruined it for the whole world. The nav is the area of improvement on here.
I don't even use it anymore.
There's just
There's a nav.
it's just a bit of lag. Yeah.
I mean, that's terrible.
The graphics aren't great. Luckily this car has CarPlay and Android Auto, so you can put your iPhone in and it'll be just fine. Yeah, look at that.
So it's nice. So I just use the CarPlay.
Yeah. Alright guys, so it is that time in the review now where we are going to let her loose. We're at 60. Up to about just under 100 there. Just because we're dealing with traffic and we want to be safe. Alright, we're going to do an 80. Well, we'll see. 80 to 110. This is quick. This is very, very quick. This has that American muscle feel to it. But, so I would say this is in a lot of ways closest to an AMG car, big burly V8. Granted, one's supercharged, one's turbocharged, but the general feel of the car, I feel it's closer to that than an M5, but it almost has the handling that's it's like nothing I've experienced in a big sedan before. It's very good. Steering, I'm actually going to put it back in sport mode though, because the steering in Tour, could be better. Perfect. Oh. Come on, sir. Come on. I'm going to try to do like an 80 to 120, I think. Okay, 115.
That is amazing.
The handling on this car, though, even in a, I mean, this is an Autobahn design car. You can tell. I know it's an American car, but it's not.
It handles far better than a German car.
Yeah, I mean,
amazing.
It's definitely better than the AMG I drove, handling-wise. It is better than, I mean, I haven't driven a stock M lately. You've driven some of the newer stock M's, probably better, right?
Yeah, the active handling isn't as good, but it's very good.
The M's probably closer than the AMG, I would say. And then the only one I haven't driven is an RS Audi yet. I feel like the RS Audi would probably be in the same league, but I can't tell you, for sure. But you're not going to complain about the handling on this guy. My gosh. Man, that truck is, maybe they're saving me from a ticket, but it does have, like the Corvette, it does have the onboard camera. There it is. Also has the frameless mirror, which is, Audis have that. A few cars now have that. Looks so nice, and it's such an easy upgrade too. Much power though. I would recommend, if you ever get a car that's this modded, don't floor it unless you're on the straights. I know that sounds like silly advice, but you might get yourself in trouble. And this is just rear-wheel drive. Okay, here we go. Oh, yeah, this turn. Oh, wow. Wow. Oh, shit. You don't feel the speed in this car. Going around a sharp turn there at like 120, I didn't realize it until I, what's going to get you on this car is, Rob and I were talking earlier about tires, the limit of traction. Hold on. 130 there. Oh, wow. Yeah, at 130 in the tight turns, be careful, especially if you're applying throttle. Wow, we're already at 121. This goes fast. All right, gonna do one big pull here. Hold on. We just went into Mexico and got up to, looked like about 150 there. No problems. I'm gonna slow down now and enjoy this car. My heart is pounding. Wow. But unlike the M5 I reviewed, this car does have the handling where it's not really terrifying. It handles it a lot better than the M5. And I'm sorry, I'm a BMW guy. You guys know my BMW project car. I love M cars, but this puts the power down in a very unique way that, I mean, I would have thought you needed all-wheel drive with this kind of power. Well, you held on for a long time there. I would have thought you needed all-wheel drive with this kind of power, but I mean, it would probably help in some of the turns, but when you're just going straight, it can put it down. And I think you have drag radials on here, correct?
888Rs.
888Rs. So I would recommend that tire. Granted, Rob was a great guy and pre-warmed the tire up for me. Okay, yeah, I'm done. I'm going back into comfort mode now, guys, or touring mode, as in grand touring mode. I love it. See this though, even in the sport mode, which is just one down from track, very comfortable, very quiet, very fun car. I like this.
Put your foot down.
Oh.
What happened there?
Well, the tires were not warm enough, I guess. Hey, this is Rob.
Right.
Oh boy, too much power. Oh, wow. Oh. That sound is just, feels like an old, like, Camaro asset. Like it has a old American muscle sound to it. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Now, some people are going to love that exhaust, some people are going to hate it.
This is what I was describing earlier. Hear that little
stock exhaust.
And then I also put an X pipe.
Ah.
So the exhaust has got headers and X pipe. So
I didn't hear you say that. I'm like, that's not the stock exhaust. The dyno from before.
Yeah.
How much was it pushing stock? Do you remember?
530 stock.
530 to the wheel stock.
And then it was 737. That was 50% E85, but I've just fitted a larger fuel pump. So
final conclusion: CTS Vs are gray. This one, if you do a lot of like pulls, and if you say you want to start getting into drag racing, with a view of them, we are going to subscribe for that video, or if it's already up, I'll link it to a Ferrari event. Get out of the way, S5. I used to think you were fast. See, proper driver there. Thank you, sir.
nice driver.
Yeah.
I feel the speed.
Yeah, you really don't.
Running low on meth.
What's it? Oh, yeah.
The light flashing.
Oh, I thought that was your radar detector. So not only did he add an E85 like sensor to tell the purity of it, but he has a meth tank, so that's going to restrict his power a little bit. That's pretty cool. 22 miles. Yeah. So you'll definitely have to do.
Okay.
We averaged, if you saw, 11 miles a gallon because we were having fun. All right, we are about to get a drive off here and a cold start for you. Until next time, my speedy racers, drive on.